The Nintendo Switch is nearing release, and many of us already expressed what we want from it. When it comes to consoles, it's always the games that come first. That is where I come in to rapidly suggest that they give us a port of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Actually, I'm not much of a screamer, so I'll just calmly explain why this should happen. And don't worry, I swear this isn't the only reason. First of all, this will be a perfect opportunity to introduce the game to new audiences. Just like most of Nintendo's games, it's very accessible difficulty-wise. A lot of RPGs can be way too complicated for others to really enjoy, but this can be enjoyed on a lot of different levels. Its level up system and badge system can make for very customizable experiences. There are countless ways to play the game and approach battles, and you aren't necessarily held back if you want to totally change what you decided on previously. You don't need to fight enemies for hours on end to beat bosses. Battles have a ton of interaction to them, rather than having you simply press a button and be done. There are many unique characters with different personalities, very unique chapters with their own stories, and pretty decent music if I say so myself. I'd say that the Thousand Year Door re-release would be well received by new audiences. Hey, speaking of new audiences, let's just mention how re-releasing the game would make it readily available again. This is pretty much the only game in the series that isn't as readily accessible via Nintendo services. The game's more than a decade old. It can really benefit from renewed availability. Besides bringing the game to light again, it'll also give another incentive to buy a Switch. Well, obvious reason is obvious, but the more games the Switch has to entice consumers, the better. Plus, it's a fan favorite, and I'm sure tons of fans will be happy to buy it again. Speaking of which, do you know what would better convince them to buy this? More content. They don't simply have to port the game on its own. They can provide more content to enrich the experience that's already there. It happened a little with Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD. Granted, I'd prefer changes and additions don't revolve around Amiibo, but we can have many things, from new badges to game adjustments. Maybe give Mario a faster movement option. Heck, if they really wanted to integrate Amiibo support, they could create emblems based on Nintendo characters to change his clothing colors, although I prefer they be unlockable anyway. The possibilities are never-ending. With that being said, somehow, somewhere, someone higher up at Nintendo might have a good idea if this re-release were to be well received. No matter what, I can actually picture a universe where they can just appeal to many kinds of Paper Mario fans and not upset a lot of them. I never thought about this before, but perhaps if they really wanted to, they could either bring the best elements of them all to make a better Paper Mario game, or keep the split styles as separate entries. The latter kinda doesn't sit well with me because it sounds like a clear divide, but maybe fans wouldn't be as opposed if they were satisfied with what they were getting. Don't get me wrong, I know you can't please everyone, and developers generally have a duty to respect the creator's wishes, but simply bringing up a past and beloved title in the series might be enough to change minds. Who knows? That's just about as much as I can mention. The Thousand Year Door is a fan favorite amongst Paper Mario fans. Putting it on the Switch would be a great idea. That would also mean that there will be a Paper Mario game for everyone. I'm not saying it's easy to simply port over a game, but it sounds like it'd be worth it. It's a positively regarded title in the series. I'd love to see it be brought back into the light again. HD version, remaster, or port. I'd just like to see it return. For various reasons. If the Thousand Year Door is a game you also want to see return, or stay buried in memories forever, there's a really cool place you can tell me that. No, the other place. No, this one. There we go. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.